All right, please take a moment right now, hit like, and go ahead and share. I'm about to get into the conversation, absolutely. And please excuse any coughing. You guys know that whenever I get a cough, I keep it for about 2 months. But I was just told a remedy today I'm going to try, so you won't have to deal with all this hacking and coughing. So go ahead, hit like, hit share. We're about to be on the air.
Even though he has not always been protected, he's always been a protector.
Broken people saw that signal and done what they thought they needed to do to the request that I was making, and they just chose improperly.
He never told me nothing. I knew nothing about it.
I feel like everyone in my family, in some form or way, has been fondled or molested or raped in some form or fashion.
I couldn't understand how God was in me because I was that.
There was tolerated versus celebrated.
There's a wrong way and right way to do everything, and Larry always seemed to choose the wrong way.
Yes, I was drugged and raped, and that happened when I was 17 years old. Misfits have an ability to stick out. But if the misfit accept that they absolutely cannot fit in, then they become someone with an X factor.
Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Track Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com. Stay connected to Larry Reid Live. Take a moment and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page, and hit the bell. Text LRL to 404-999-7527. That's the words LRL to 404-999-7527. And get notified when we go live. Become a member of Patreon. Log on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Sign up, then download the Patreon app and turn on your notifications. Get connected today.
We're about to have a conversation.
All right. Hello to each and every one of you. I'm in my bedroom. I'm not in the studio. I just want to talk to you guys for a little bit. Let me go ahead. I already said this, but let me repeat. I'm still getting over a cough. I'm going to tell you what's strange, because out the blue, I started having some digestive issues, and that lasted for about 3 days. I think I'm coming out of it now. And I didn't cough for 3 whole days. I was like, that's it. My stomach woke up this morning, it was better, and I'm coughing. I don't know, it's something the brain paid all attention to my stomach. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I'm going to the GI doctor on the 19th. There was a prophetic word, that I spoke out my mouth on September the 1st to Aquarii. I mean, people who born under the sun sign of Aquarius. And that word, well, let me just show you. I know this isn't really the platform that I do this on. Oh, Lord, she already took it all out. So it's not in. Oh, no, here it is. Look at this. No, I don't see it. Oh, no, it's not in here. But anyway, there's a prophetic word that said, it was very detailed, and it said for Aquarius to schedule GI tract appointments between September the 16th and the 27th. Came up out my mouth. I didn't pay no attention. And then lo and behold, here I am. You know, that happens sometimes. But if you're in Patreon, we post on the first Sunday of every single month. I basically just go straight to the Lord and I ask, how can I want to prophesy to everybody that be on the call. It'd be hundreds of people. I'm going to break them down according to where they were born. Give me your word for them that month. So this is prophecy, but it is using the compartmentalization that we get from the ecliptic cycle. Some of you call it the zodiac or whatever. So it is not me using what I've learned from my spiritual father and from reading books and even his son, Manasseh. It's not me doing the sciences and then charting. I'm just asking the Lord for the word. Let me know what city and what state you are watching from. And I see some of you guys dropping the Kirk Franklin link. I'm advertising it here. So there really ain't no need for you to do that, but I don't mind it since I know Carry-On and Kirk personally. So I don't mind helping them out. Normally I would probably block you and send you on somewhere. But I say help them. Woodbridge, Corpus Christi. Now ain't that Bishop, Darlene Bishop is there. Maryland, Brooklyn, Richmond, Detroit. What is it? It's interesting. Somebody says, shut up. Never heard your prophecy, but I'm Aquarius, and I literally scheduled a GI appointment yesterday. See, bruh? I mean, see Monique White, but you got a man in your thing. Yeah. And that's me asking. It happens like this every single month. I've been doing it for, it should be about 2 years now. So yeah. So you right on target with that. See? You might not have a personal prophet, but you got the Holy Ghost. And that might be a sign that I'm your personal prophet. So you might need to go over there in Patreon. Go on over there and join. And just meet me every Sunday, Wednesday. Look at the patrons. Say, I am all the way in my feelings about you giving out our private information. Okay, it's just for Aquarius. I didn't see the rest, everybody else's. All right. So, Dolly's Girl Organic Ginger Tea, I'm out. Those days I drink your tea, I was fine. My cousin Latrice, the chef, made it, and I've been sipping on hers, and it burns differently. I don't know how to explain it. When I drink hers, it burns lower. Yours burned higher, which is where my coffee is right here. So I would love, I will order some, I will pay you, and I'm gonna give you, and if you, are you a patron? You should become a patron. So we have a closer relationship. That's number one. I give you another address so you can get to me quicker, because that address, they just go and get the mail once a week. So anyway, so I said my mom was an Aquarius and was throwing up violently last night. You see here? You see this? See, patrons know about my prophetic ministry. My family knows. And by the grace of God, since I was 15, and if I tell you it, you need to just look for it because it's going to happen. But that shows you how much God loves you and your mom, for you to tune in, for me to say that, and now you know to schedule her GI doctor. Okay? All right, so we're about to get into this conversation. Now, I'm going to stay calm. I'm going to stay cool and collected. That way, Jeremy won't show up. I mean, because I don't think this is a conversation for Jeremy. So everybody hit like, everybody hit share, and we're going to have a conversation about this. Okay, so I watched it the first time by myself, first thing this morning. And let me say this. Something has happened to me over the last few years anyway. Let me say that first. Because nothing will make me cry except when I'm in that thing with the Lord now. And I watched this from the very beginning, Kirk began to talk. Now, I knew some stuff already, but the presentation of it was so impacting. I don't know if the music, Kirk Franklin's dramatic voice, I don't know. But my insides was already like this when I started watching. So it just went more and more and more. As this conversation went on, I'm like, man, I put myself in everybody's position. Kirk telling the story, which made me emotional. Somebody said, why, Larry, you got your mama, your daddy, they raised you. I know, and I'm blessed. However, we were estranged just over 20 years or just under 20 years. And that resonated with me. But more than that, y'all know I've been pastoring since I was a teenager. I'm 45 now, so count them years. I can't tell you how many people I have counseled, husband and wives and single men, who have a plethora of different struggles and issues that all stem back to fatherlessness. When I first started this platform, early on, well, maybe like 2 years in, maybe, I just almost a year and a half straight, I stayed with fatherlessness. Any story of anybody, particularly pastors, that were abandoning their child and not confirming their existence and their identity beyond and above a paycheck, I drug them. I still feel a certain way about it. And the reason why is because of those years of dealing with so many different men and seeing all of their issues rooted in not having a father. So that's a father fracture, which is the term I coined. And mama trauma or mama trauma drama. And that thing is so real. And people never get over their trauma just by living life. Like Kirk, all these successes, I mean, he is at the top when it comes to gospel. You can't get no higher. And every award possible, every opportunity possible, even things outside of gospel, Kirk. And still, there's a part of him, he was singing a song that's going to be coming up on this album called Somebody's Son, I think it's called. He said he would trade all of what he has had and have just to be somebody's son. That part told me up. Won't no good. I said, good Google the moon. This is getting all the way down in my belly. It's shaking me all the way up. And there was so many things. I had a conversation with the father and his son 2 days prior. And the son looked at the father and said, you abused me. And then the father began to explain it away. I don't think it was on purpose, but it's just, let me say this. If your parents did something to you, you may want or have opportunity to voice it. But don't look for nothing in return. As a parent who is adulting and raising you, don't get it right. And so we may say and do things that harm you and forget. I mean, really forget. And will feel like you lying if you bring it up. And that was sort of what I began to discern that was happening. And I was able to interject and get them to hear each other. And then it was so great. And then 2 days later, this. It really was an amazing 35-minute documentary. After you finish having this conversation with me, I'm not going to spoil it. I can't really spoil it. When you go and watch this, you're going to be moved. Every mom, every dad, every son, every daughter, everybody needs to watch this. Everybody. And it's going to send you through emotions. And you're going to think personally. If you lost your parents, it's going to make you cry. If you had a great relationship with your parents, it's going to make you cry. Because you're going to be filled with gratitude. If you didn't have a great relationship with your parents, you're going to definitely cry. What Kirk Franklin did in this 35-minute video to me, is more powerful than any song he has ever written, going all the way back to the family. And I know that's a strong statement, but it's true. Because the age that we are in, visuals are extremely important. That's why y'all begging the hell out of Beyonce for hers. Because it just brings things alive and it preaches and reaches in a different way when it is a video. Hats off to Kirk and the entire team and allowing us to get in that business. Now, we saw the things that leaked out. This platform here did everything, some things I never say, what was done to make that mend meet. But me and he probably don't want me to say it, but oh well, oh hell, Pastor John P. Key, who have done everything on both sides to try to make it work. And this was something that ultimately, not only, because all of that played a part, that ultimately only God could orchestrate. And he went to the root of the issue. Man, you see how amazing God is? Here we are trying to fix this up here that got a whole lot of noise on it. But the issue was deep down in the relationship between cussing Curtis Franklin and his pappy. Ain't that amazing? It's stuff like that that made me be like, you know what? That God is a real concept. Even if you don't believe in God as an ultimate power or energy, God, including Jesus as a concept, proves itself all the time, proves himself all the time. Magical. They said, oh my God. And when they were talking, and I knew Carry On was going to be, because he's in pain. And Kirk sat there calm and let him present how he wanted to present. He didn't even get distracted by that. He stayed focused on what the real issue was. And then Carry On said out his mouth. First of all, Carry On reacted just like Kirk reacted when he found out, and just like Kirk Daddy Rick reacted when he found out. 3 different places, 3 different occasions, same reaction. That's the power of the blood. That's the whole reason why we chant the blood of Jesus, although there's really no scripture for it. It's really an old African thing, you know, because in Africa's word, we got the hotbed for Christianity. And, well, not the way it's practiced now, but too much read. Anyway, that chanting of the blood because of the life and power, the DNA, the magic that is in blood. What's the reason why we do the communion, because it's a blood magic ritual. That's the reason why Jesus had to bleed for us to be washed and cleansed, because there is magic in the blood. Or power, wonder working power in the blood. And you see the blood manifest itself through these 3 men the exact same way. It was extra dramatic, super emotional. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing to me. I want to talk about some key points of this, and then I ain't gonna stay here no long. Yeah, that's why we chant the blood, because we're calling for all of the powers of God, the cleansing, the reformative, transform, all of that. That's why we do that. Okay, so anyway, let me share these key things with you. We're gonna talk about it one by one. Deborah had a baby at 15, I believe, 53 years ago. I can't imagine what she endured. Kirk said when Dr. Jill was reading the results, he said, my mama lied to me again. So let's look at Deborah. Deborah had a baby at 15 years old. 53 years ago. She had to be in the business of not telling the truth about her pain. She had to be in the business of that. So she got used to that. After that DNA test reveal, Aunt Sandra said to Deborah, Kirk just wants the truth, Deborah. Kirk also said in this 35-minute documentary, he said many men came forward through the years claiming to be my father. So that's another pain, another truth that Deborah is hiding, allegedly. Deborah has a story. Deborah has a story. And we don't know at all what that story is. However, we know that whatever her story is, it shifted her mental state, and she is not well. As a result of her not being well, she has injured and lied to Kirk many times, according to him. And according to what we saw in the documentary, there was like a 23-year hiatus. He didn't fool up with Deborah. I want you to trade places with Kirk, fatherless and motherless. Fatherlessness creates a father fracture. It's in your soul. And mama trauma and mama drama, it creates a tear in your heart. It messes with how you love. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say something that's going to be hard for you to wrap your head around for some of you. Without all of this, there would be no Kirk Franklin. If cussing Curtis Kirk Franklin did not have this father fracture and mama trauma drama, we would not have the gift called Kirk Franklin. It's just how it works. Am I saying, and I want to be clear about this because I hear the bullshit in the street, am I saying that God puts you through stuff? Hell to the no, and I never would believe that. But am I saying that God gets in whatever fracture, trauma, and drama you got going on and get the cooking stuff up? And before you know it, that thing done turn around and give you a superpower and giving you a gift, an ability, an anointing even. Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. So all of you that have experienced loss and you're sitting right now in the middle of some serious pain, you're going to cry, you're going to hurt, but you need to hear this. Let God in your pain. Don't hide it from him. How do I do that, Larry? By hiding it from yourself and suppressing how you really feel. Sit in exactly how it is and let it have its perfect work. That's what you do. Because when you come out of this here, it's going to be such a bright, brilliant testimony that is going to bless so many different people. And that thing may flesh out in many different ways: a book, a poem, a play, a conversation, a consulting business. You may go into therapy and begin to heal what you were broken with. And I know it's hard to believe. If I was not molested and violated from far back as I can remember, because my earliest thought is the smell of a man's crotch, all the way up until around 12. If that didn't happen, if I was not cast out of my community that embraced me if I did not lose relationship with those I love, including my parents, if I did not suffer and deal with what I suffered and dealt with, there would be no Larry Reid Live. There would have been no songs at the top of the gospel charts. There would be no Stellar Award nomination. There would be no millions of dollars generated and millions of views and millions of people's lives changed and all of the other things. So all of that was coming in my consciousness as I was watching it. And all of that wrapped up and pulled together just turned into a couple of tears that just ran silently down my face as I sat there and watched it. 2 times, might I add. I watched it twice. You guys know how I do. When I play a video here, I play it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Just really get it. So that I'm not moving from this creative effort and I'm not extracting what I need to get from it. You know, people do that all the time, but I don't do that. I try to pay their attention and get out of the thing what it is I'm supposed to get. You need to go watch that video and you need to make sure that you quiet everything. Don't be on your phone at the same time. I put mine down and I listened to what was going on. I watched. Do that. And let's see what's going to come out of that. Let me drop the link. We ain't done this in a long time. It's 9:49. I really need to take a gummy and go to sleep. I think that sleep I had last night, my stomach did good all day long. Well, thank you. Let me tell you why. Because I went to the white folk over there, nice white people, actually the black nurse to help me out. And they stuck this little tube. Let me tell you all this story. Give me 2 minutes. I posted about it on Facebook. So my stomach was acting up. And so I went over there to where they put the water, shooted up your bread basket eye. They put the tube right up in there. And they shoot it up there for your stomach. When you get full of pressure, you count to 10 and then you push like you on the toilet when you're trying to take a shit. Last time I went, it didn't work because I didn't know how to relax. So I would get full of water, turn the machine off, pull it out. What are you doing? Let go. Had to talk to me to where I was so focused in the conversation and laughing, cutting up to where I just let the natural thing happen. Well, this time I said, Reid, you're going to go in there. You're going to let this happen. And she showed me the little tube. It was blue back like this, little tube, and it turned a little bit. And she said, you just put some gel up there at the top. She didn't just insert. I've done this before, so I already know what was going to happen. But I had forgot the difficulty I had last time. When I heisted up my window and opened up my door. And I took that tube down in there. I put on a glove. And I couldn't get it hurt. It was like I'd been stabbed in my ass. I said, oh my God. The woman came in and said, you still ain't got it in? I said, I said, it ain't gonna work. I said, I'm gonna have to go. There's no need for me to be here. Because this is not working. Try it again. So we stand there, I'm looking at her and I'm pushing. I said, I can't. She said, you need to slide down. I said, I can't slide down to it because it's cutting me. Ladies and gentlemen, the woman, she said something that, she said, sir, you don't have it at the hole. You have it somewhere else. And you got it near the hole, around the hole, and you're poking yourself. So this time I really got serious and I put the stuff on my glove and she said, put your finger in first. I was about to make a second booty hole. I had made an indentation in my indentation. And I'm about to be duking out 2 different places. I said, I had to sit here and stab myself with this piece of plastic. So then I had to take some gel and put it on the part where I had stabbed myself just to calm it down because it was hot and burning. God, I sat there and frustrated over and over trying to jab it in there. She said, now put your finger in there. So then I went down and I put my finger in there. And she said, you got in, she said, you should feel Now, I should know about this, but I do. And she told me I got to get a prostate exam, so I need to do that too. And I put it in there, the top of my finger. And it's like my bread basket said, So where I am, like this part is in there. So when I got in there a little bit, I felt something clamp. And then I had to wiggle and make that open up the door. And so now I put about this much in there. I said, I found it. She said, yeah, that's it. She said, now keep your finger there and just thread it along your. And I finally got him in. When I got him in, I'm ashamed to say, it wasn't even that bad. Once I got it, I was like, oh, this ain't bad. It just don't even hurt. So then, and this may gross you out. So maybe this whole your ears. Ladies and gentlemen, as soon as that water got out, the pain was like in 5 seconds. She said, you shouldn't have been in pain that quick. I said, I am, I'm full. She said, push. And I pushed. Now, the way they had it set up is a tube that go out where you can't see it, but they had a mirror facing down there, but you can look and see. I liked to vomit. It looked like trash on the side of the road has somehow or another found its way inside my private places. To the point it gunked up the tube. And this happened about 7 or 8 times. It gunked up the tube. Well, let me tell y'all this part. I noticed in 2017, I won't go in the bathroom 3 times a day like normal. For me, 3 times. 2019, my mentor, my prophet said, around the age of 45, he read my chart. This wasn't prophecy. You know, he'd been training it 7 years in higher school, higher London. He said around 45, you pay attention to your digestive tract. He said stress, lack of sleep, and something else. I heard him. Clearly I did, I'm telling you now. But I ain't hold it in that place where I needed to hold it. No. I thought about that when I was laying on that table. I said, Lord, I did. Jesus Christ. This happened about 7 times where that gunk came in there and locked up that tube. I've heard some of you say this about me in the chat, and it's true. Prior to yesterday, I was full of shit. Full of it, you hear me? Full. But thanks be to God, now I got the victory. Rest in peace, Lillian Lord. I understand. She alive. I'm saying she's not with Ricky Dillon no more. Okay, let me drop this link. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Y'all remember the old rules. I'm gonna get us about 15 minutes. I'm going to drop the link. You hit the link. Tell me your name, the city you calling from, and you got 1 minute. Then you have to get the hell up off the screen. We're not taking all day now. But I'm interested in how this thing. One thing about getting sleep, I be doggone if you ain't looking. What? Y'all know I got hair bump problem, but I guess all this sleep. My God. Look at what God done did, and he did it well. Oh, my God. That money paid off, too. Y'all remember I said one tone over here, one tone over there, one tone over there. But he did. Yeah, Lord. All right. Y'all ready? I'm about to drop this link. I want no mess. Are you ready for the link? I'm about to change my mind that fast. But I said I'm going to do it soon. Y'all ready? All right. The link is about to be dropped. Oh, colonics clear up your skin? Really? They said I can't go but twice a year. I wouldn't be. Somebody said, did you? I haven't done the chemical peel yet. Somebody asked me that, but I did spend $6,000 on the process. I put the video up when it happened. It was like 40 needles at one time stabbing me in the face. They took my blood, spilling around, made it yellow, put it on my face. It was just horrible. But I went through it every month for 6 months. And remember, I said they were trying to make I had hyperpigmentation really bad. And then they gave me this stuff to put on to make all my skin tone one thing. But even with that, I had to get hair laser removal done here and here and here. And y'all know I get my hairline right over my lip. So they have to go all in there. But he can't do it right now because I burn my lip. And it always be something on my face. And I'm like, ugh. But not tonight. And he's so fit. He's so fit. He's so fit that I wouldn't have nothing on my face tonight. And I thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna do the chemical peel. Now you know I'm gonna look real good after that because that's gonna take you up to the next level. What's the age to get a colonna? Anybody can do that. Talking about what I did. Anybody can do that. I guess 18. All right, here go the link. Lisa, hit the link. Yeah, it produces collagen too. They fix all of that. That's what they were doing. I need to do it another 6 months now. But that girl got fired from the place. I got to find somebody else to do it. I need to do it one more again. Thank you, Triggs. Yes, he's so fit. When somebody say that, they're about to go in. Y'all to use that somewhere, we're going to know instantly you LRL. He's so fit. Oh, this is a pretty lady. Hey, now.
No.
What's wrong? What's your name? What city you're in? Tell me what you think.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, turn your
Hello?
TV so we don't get an echo. I can hear you. What's your name? What city you're in? Tell me what you think.
Hi, my name's Anna Lee. I'm in Lancaster, California.
Okay. I can hear you.
I'm in Lancaster, California.
Tell me what you think.
Hi, my name's Anna Lee. I'm in Lancaster, California.
Okay.
It's delayed. I'm in Lancaster, California. Gosh.
She's going to figure it out. When you figure it out, come back. Hey, Joanne Bailey.
Hey, Larry, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. So I know your
Hey.
name. What city you're in?
I'm in Copperas Cove, Texas.
Okay, so tell me what you think.
I had just finished watching it when your notification came on. Just finished. So, real brief, I have been doing ancestry work for the last 7 years. Earlier this year, I got an inbox from a man that I had inboxed on Ancestry about a year ago. He finally answered me and he said, if you're still interested, I have some information for you. So I called him. Come to find out, my dad's biological father, who died at 19, he had siblings. I found out my dad always knew about his biological father, but took it to his grave. I'm 58. He never said one thing to me.
Wow.
I found out that I had aunts. I talked to them just about 2 months ago. They didn't know about me. I told them that my father never mentioned them at all. It was a reconciliation, but going to show you how family secrets. And then after that, so many things make sense. So I resonated, I cried, I understood because I was on that same journey. And so I just wanted to share. It's powerful. This family secrets, it's something else.
That And that's something you never know somebody's story. I've watched you like an LRL original from 2016, and I met your daughter. Wow, I would have not even known that you carried that around for all those years.
It's something else. And so now we have, I have closure. Most of all the primary parties are dead, but I have closure. I'm able to use the information I have to help other people, to help heal my family, but most of all, heal me.
Yeah.
So many things make sense. So many things just fell right into place.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that. Powerful.
Thank you for sharing that. Whoa. Jesus Christ. Isn't that amazing? See, Kirk don't even know he's creating a conversation in the Black community that, bro, a lot of us, we find the secrets out at funerals. How many of you that's happened to? Happened in my family. Okay. Anneli?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm back. So I just want to say that I really appreciate you and your show. You always make me laugh. So I really appreciate you and your ministry. But I have not seen the documentary yet. I'm going to watch it as soon as you're done with your live. But I can relate to the documentary in the sense that I know that mama and daddy wounds, it affects us. I'm going on 50 years old, and I'm just now getting to the place in my life where I realize a lot of bad relationship decisions I've made because of my relationship with my parents and things like that. So I appreciate God for, showing me those wounds and, that I need to heal and things like that. But I just want to say I've been listening to you for over the last year and, going through things and coming out of situations and things. Your ministry's always made me laugh, and I appreciate God for you. So that's all. I love you, Larry.
I love you too. Let's celebrate 50. This is what 50 is going to look like for you guys. This is great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too. All right. I'm bringing to the stage the queen of my family, the mother of my children. And she's turning her face, which I don't understand. But when I say that, whoever's interested in her, you're okay. You're okay. Just let me honor her. This is the mother of my children. I'm not having no more children, nobody else. That's it. So this is it. It's a title she's gonna wear if she get married 10 times. She's gonna always be honored. And I know her daddy, and I told her daddy I would. Even when we ain't worked no more marriage, I kept my part. Okay, here she is. Now, I'm interested in what you got to say.
Oh, it was a lot to unpack for me. First of all, like you said, we learn a lot of things at funerals. You be lining up in line 2 by 2. Then this person come beside you like, who is you? They're like, who is you? So we find out a lot of things at Black funerals. But I'm on the fence when it comes to Kirk Franklin's mom. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm a woman and I can only imagine, and I grew up in a small town. So when I hear small town, I automatically think secrets because that's how my town was. I'm not saying that Mr. Rick was the cause of her being the way she is, but you can tell that there is a lot of trauma there. For somebody to look at a DNA test and it says 99.9995%, and you still say on my mama's grave, this is not true. Mm-hmm. We're dealing with trauma. We're dealing with somebody that probably was called everything but a child of God at 15 because she got pregnant. That could not live out her dreams because when you get pregnant, that's it. Even though she didn't raise Kirk Franklin, she still had the stigma of being that girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it was a lot for me to unpack because I was like, you can tell she has a story.
Yeah.
But she don't have a voice to tell it. And she's not going to tell it because it's been so long. This is her coping mechanism. Now, her coping mechanism is to just walk away. Because that's exactly what she did.
That's what she
She
did.
just it was like they're not gonna believe me anyway. So why should I bother? Let me just go back to what I used to do. Let me just walk away. That's my comfort, is not dealing with it. And so that's what I saw.
Oh, hold on. That we pause. Oh, Jesus. That did y'all just hear that? What I heard? What brought her comfort, and I know many people like this, is not dealing with it.
Not dealing with it.
How corrupt up you got to be to where not dealing with something makes you feel comfortable.
And you can tell she wants to have a relationship with her son.
Yeah, she cried.
But she don't know how. And that generation, they don't know how to express their feelings. They rather not versus do because they feel like it makes them weak, I guess. I just really feel, I hope that the situation turns around. I hope that when Kirk Franklin is healed and he's got this great relationship with his father, because I believe that relationship is going to be great. I hope that he spins the block and be like, Mom, you know what? It don't even matter. You know, let's just move forward.
But would that, do you think that if he does that, well, he has to do it when he is
When he's ready. I'm not saying do it. He's not ready now. He don't have the bandwidth to do that right now. He just,
and she's broken his trust. Not because he said, my mama lied to me again.
yeah.
And then he said to her, he would give her a chance. He said, this is what I need from you. I just need for you to give me this and to support me here. And then she said, well, I can't. And she said, will this make a wedge between me and you? He said,
Her
yes.
denial.
Yeah.
So that lets us know that she don't have a comprehension problem. She just don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
And so that denial is connected to some deep trauma that she's not talking about.
I don't blame him for not feeling safe with her.
No, and I'm not saying that he should.
Oh no, I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't blame him either because it's been years of, because thinking about it, he said there was a lot of people that came forward, and all of those times, those were not his daddy. So those are all letdowns.
Yes, from her.
Yes, from her, because she didn't, all these people, of course, it was rumors. It's not saying that she did, sleep with these people. But of course, him being a big person who he is, of course, somebody gonna want Kirk Franklin to be their son. Of course. And it's a small town. So the thing about it is that the difference between those people and Mr. Rick is he's from that town. So that's why I only put a pin in it, because when he said, when Kirk
You better advertise your platform.
I say that a lot though.
I know that. I put a pin in it. That's the name of her platform. Put a pin in it.
The reason why I did that was because when Kirk Franklin asked his daddy, so you didn't know that she was pregnant? He said no. I said, now him not knowing that he's his daddy, okay. But you not knowing she was pregnant at all, I don't know about that. So
let me tell you why I think I'm inclined to believe him. And this is just an inclination. Because the way he speak, which was articulate, his
Mhm.
mannerism, he was very, very transparent.
Mhm.
And when he was told by Melanie that no, Kirk at the funeral sitting side by side, he said, "You know, I dated, Deborah." And Melanie just looked at him and said, "Wait a minute. He looked like Kirk Franklin." When whatever happened between somewhere, he made a decision to go and pay for Dana DNA and sent it. So it says to me that this is my man brain, a mansplaining. It says to me that this is the kind of guy that stands up when there's a problem to fix or there's something that needs to be addressed. And then his eyes, when Kirk was sitting over there on the couch, he handed him the paper after he had that whole conversation. And he looked at Kirk. That's his first instinct. And then he wept. I saw in his eyes him going through all 53 years of cussing.
I saw that too.
Kirk Franklin, what he missed as a father. That wasn't what it was so much.
I saw that too. And to know that he didn't have a son, but he have a daughter, that's probably another thing. Because it came out that he has a daughter. And so the daughter is like, it's traumatizing for me because not only do I have a brother, but my brother's Kirk Franklin. So now he got a son that he didn't know anything about. Like I saw that too. I saw him look like he looked at him grow up right before.
Well, Lisa, he did. And did you see where he said at the table, he said, "However you want to do this.
Yeah.
And whoever else you want to bring into our life, it's all up to you." That just this man is he.
But also, did you see the demeanor of his mama? She was sitting in there too. So you cannot deny. Okay, yes, he's a great man today.
Yeah.
But you cannot deny the tension and the trauma that was back then, 53 years ago. He could have very well been one of them guys. I'm not projecting, but he could have very well been one of them guys that did, the well-spoken guys, like we got the the Murdochs.
Yeah.
He could have very well been one of those type people. So nobody thought the Murdochs would have did what they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I could have looked at that man and said he was crazy. That man was nuts.
you cannot deny that her demeanor. She had her mask on.
Right, but yeah, in more ways than one. Because
You cannot deny it.
Because her sister said, well, her cussing self, that's who Curtis learned how to cuss from.
He just want the truth.
That's all. When she said that, because of how she showed up in the video and how she was dealing with Kirk, you can tell she's like one of them real ones. And for her to be a woman of a certain age, the tattoo on her leg, the brassiere that she was wearing, and how she was wearing her hair, I said that's a street smart, sort of sassy woman.
Right.
So it's like she was with calling out the bullshit. She like,
right.
You just want the truth, Deborah.
Right.
And she wouldn't do it.
She would not do it with 2 tests in her face. 2.
I don't believe this.
2. It's not true. She kept saying it's not true. I'm sorry, it's not true. Kept saying it.
But let's show you the power of a person's perception, their lens, and belief. Even with the truth sitting right in their face, they're going to hold to the belief because it's more comfortable for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, listen. It's a little off subject. There were all these people in my green room. The moment I brought you up, they all chose to leave.
What?
I don't understand that. What is that? They all left.
I don't know. They left?
It clicked off. They ain't in there no more. You don't press it in. So what the hell is that? Is that what you be experiencing?
Yes.
I want to spit that answer. But that's interesting. I got work. I got to see what that's about. That's not gonna work. Okay. It's interesting. Listen, nobody needs to be intimidated. Listen, we just friends. We do not always get along. Even when we not get along, though, we still interact well, and we just have hard conversation. But it's safe. All right. Let me see. Shabara Martin say, "Yep, I stepped right on out." Where can we watch the documentary? So this is what we're gonna do. Kendall put the link in. Just go into YouTube in the search bar, type Kirk Franklin, and go to his page, and it says a father story. Anyone to say? You know what it is?
If not, it's the it has a picture of him when he was a little boy.
Mm-hmm. Father's Day.
Father's Day.
Father's Day, a Kirk Franklin story. And now let's get this as high as possible, because I want this to be, like it's my business. I want this to be go as far as his music. Now, if he had dropped the music video, it would already be 500,000 K. It's just at 206,000. And the way Google and YouTube work, like when I done my documentary and put it on YouTube and dropped it in other places, they had our self-produced content. Mm-hmm. So let's see if we can't get this up more. I think that'll be good, and that'll help somebody. And Kirk Franklin he wasn't a bad looking little boy.
No.
Tall man.
No. I just hate that, I hate that happens. Like, instead of telling children the truth, you hide it. And then when they find out, you still try to act like it's that is so, I don't understand that.
It re-injures.
I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
I don't either.
I was fortunate, at both of my parents' funeral, nobody showed up that I didn't know.
I don't know if I'm 100% because his daddy when he won't say, he won't say. But
look, my granddad, I didn't even know the lady that stayed across from the street, Rufus, was my granddaddy's son.
See?
For years, we didn't know that until we lining up to go in the church and he's lining up with the children. What is you doing, Mr. Rufus? What's here?
What I do, Lisa? That's my daddy.
And he talked, but look, he talked just like Grand George and looked just like him.
And y'all ain't never put two and two together.
No, but the lady, because she knew it to be true, she stayed across from the church, but never would come to church because it was never acknowledged that was my granddaddy was head of the usher board. My grandma was on the
He was so nice.
He was.
Grand George. Your Grand George and my granddaddy was like this.
My granddaddy was handsome too.
I saw him and my granddaddy was too. I saw him every single day. Your granddaddy, because he always dropped them off before he went around the corner to your grandma.
And my grandma was mouthy, so she might have.
Oh yeah, he had. I just thought about that. He had to hide that.
He had to. Grandma would have tore into him.
Oh,
we didn't find out till he was dead, and then it was too late. Then.
Good God.
Yep, that was crazy. Yep, I will never forget it. That was something else. But that's when we found out at funerals.
Lisa, I got something to tell you.
What?
I'm just playing. I ain't got no other children.
I knew you ain't got no other children. You got to be kidding me.
Listen.
Not unless it's recent.
Well, that's what it will be.
Oh.
But no.
Then I would have said you is crazy.
No, not now. This is the worst time to get somebody pregnant. I don't know. Oh God, that'd be horrible. Horrible. Okay. All right. So you guys go check it out. We've given you an hour of conversation. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on. Thank you to all of you guys in the chat. I see some patrons and I see some Reformation Church of Atlanta members. Take care of yourself and be careful. Love you. Oh, leap of love, this is the way I say, you know.
Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com.